time to put on your smiley face t-shirts and grab your glow sticks because we're going to go back to 1988, the year of Acid House and the second summer of love. Now this year is also very special for very personal reasons because it just so happens to be my birth year. And yes, that means I'm almost 30 and I'm not happy about it. But anyway, I think this year was a pretty decent year in pop charts. Obviously, the UK hits were a lot more colourful and exciting than in the States, and to be honest, I actually struggled finding many songs that were flat out terrible. Most of the songs in this worst list fall more into the not good category. So, let's go over the rules before we start. The song will have needed to have cracked the top 20 anywhere in the world and or have debuted in Billboard's year-end list. And the songs are listed in alphabetical order and not ranked because, again, I don't like doing rankings. Oh, and one last thing, if you're expecting to see Don't Worry Be Happy in this list, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Now let's get started. Now I like the odd cheesy summer hit as much as the next person, but sometimes our warmest season encourages some right old guff to become hits as long as they're fun sounding. Even if the production is cheap even by late 80s standards and your pop singer can barely hold a tune. The only reason this song became a hit across Europe was for two very big reasons. It's like an experiment by record producers to see if they can literally make any crappy, cheaply made song a hit if you show off enough boobs in the music video, and as it turns out, they were right. As someone with a major soft spot for some catchy 80s synth pop, it pains me to include such a song on this list, but my god is this chorus weak. It's one of the emptiest hooks I've ever had the misfortune of hearing. I swear to god about 3/4 of this song is that annoying repetitive chorus. Just make it stop, please! The only saving grace of the song is a decent guitar solo, but even that's not enough to completely save it. I'd have more to say here, but really, the chorus is the sole reason why this is on the list. Easy target, I know, but sometimes a song is an easy target for a reason, right? Now, believe it or not, this song was actually made by the same guys behind the KLF. Yeah, those same guys who made some of the best dance songs of the early 90s. Now, Doctoring the TARDIS was most likely one big trolling exercise, considering that shortly after this song topped the UK charts, they released a book called The Manual, which is pretty much a how-to guide on how to make a #1 hit. I mean, we are talking about the guys who burned £1 million full of lulz after all. But regardless of this being a troll song, it's still god-awful with its beer chant, its grating samples and cheap production, and possibly the worst crime of a troll song, it's not funny in the slightest. Next. If you're familiar with chart trends in the UK charts, you'll be aware that in the late-ish 80s to early-ish 90s, there was a trend for songs featured in adverts to score a hit song over here, even if they were older re-releases. This song in particular actually hit #1 in the UK because it was in a Coca-Cola ad. Now, I don't have a problem with songs becoming popular through ad campaigns on principle, but this song just feels so plastic. Every overblown note feels like it was carved from the Complete Hack's Guide to Late 80s Soft Rock. The whole song just screams of song written by focus groups. There's no soul, no passion, no creativity. It's just one big bland screaming noise made for the sole purpose to shill fizzy pop. Now, anyone who knows me will know that one of my least favourite genres of music is the music written specifically for slow dancing at weddings and prom nights. Catchy title, I know. It's just an aesthetic choice that more often than not makes me want to throw up because I find it just so sentimental and sugary. Anyway, this sloppy piece of boredom very much falls into that genre with its asinine lyrics and syrupy instrumentation that goes absolutely nowhere. And because it's the 80s, we also get the cliche jazz sax solo lifted straight out of the Kenny G album. I swear to God this song is trying to be One More Night by Phil Collins, only without the charisma or any kind of melody. And the tempo is so painfully slow, even for a slow dance song. If you could slow dance to this, you could dance to anything. You may as well be slow dancing to John Cage's 433. No, don't worry, Toddler Shadows hasn't hijacked my list. I genuinely find this song beyond crap. And the frustrating thing for me is, I struggle to say much about it because it sucks in exactly the same way all 80s era Chicago songs suck. The overblown yet bland instrumentation, the hacky lyrics that would make primary school poetry look like Shakespeare in comparison, and the overwhelming air of smugness wrapped all over this shit package. And this is supposed to be a please don't leave me song. Seriously, if I was breaking up with my significant other and he tried to play me this to get me to stay, I'd be out the door faster than you can blink. Fun fact, this song was actually #1 on Billboard Hot 100 the day I was born. And before making this list, I had never heard of this song. And boy, I wish I hadn't. Wow, talk about a song that has not aged well. The bargain barrel production that sounds like it was recycled in about 24 other songs in that era, the squealy high voices, the corny ass melody line in the chorus that sounds like it was composed by a 7-year-old, and probably the most obviously synthesized sax solo I've ever heard. There's just nothing of substance in this song. It's like eating candy floss for dinner because you're too cheap to even order takeout. No wonder people forgot about this song. To my North American friends, I sincerely apologise on behalf of my country for ruining one of your greatest musical inventions, which is rapping. Now, in case you don't know, this is supposed to be a parody of the Beastie Boys, and ends up committing the biggest crime a parody can possibly commit. It's not funny! I know I shouldn't hold these guys to the standards of actual rappers of the era, but even so their rapping abilities are woeful at best in this song. Rule of thumb, no one should ever try to rap in a stereotypical RP English accent outside of epic rap battles of history. By the standards of parody songs, this clearly had no effort made beyond, let's do a rap with lots of stuttering with really forced English accents, and then in the music video we can dress up like cartoon versions of the Beastie Boys and just call it a day. Somehow I don't think Weird Al was losing any sleep at the time watching this. I sincerely hope there aren't many Neighbours fans watching this video, otherwise there might be some very stern words thrown at my way. For those of you who aren't aware, Neighbours is a long-running Australian soap opera that inexplicably became a ratings monster here in the UK back in the late 80s. And this song is remembered as the soundtrack to Scott and Charlene's wedding, which were basically the Joni and Chachi of Aussie soaps, although I'm not sure that's a fair comparison, I don't know. Anyway, couldn't they have played some soppy piano ballad to soundtrack a big fictional TV wedding instead of this soft rock mess? The production of this song is so overblown, it's like they were trying to go for a big stadium rock anthem, but the song is just too basic to back up all the bombast. Not helped by the fact that it was clearly performed by some random pub singer the producers found at a working man's club somewhere in Victoria. Now, I'll give them this. At least the producers didn't choose Every Breath You Take.
We broke into the booth and the record died. Came on with the twist and we were scratching the track. People started jamming hard to the funky sound. Did the twist down and up, then up and down.
Do I need to elaborate more? So that's it. That's the end of my worst songs of 1988 list. Yeah, it was a bit of a short list. I really didn't have much to say about these songs. They weren't flat out terrible, just not good. And those are always the hardest songs to review. So I apologise if there wasn't much meat on the bones of this video. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if you will. I don't know what the critical consensus on those songs are. For all I know, I might have just picked 10 songs that no one remotely cares about. But anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And if you have any suggestions of what songs you would like me to review next, either hit me on social media or type a comment in the comment section of this video. That would be awesome. And if you have any suggestions of what I could do to improve the quality of these videos in any way, that would be awesome. As long as your criticism is constructive, that would be awesome. So that's just about it. Next video is going to take a while because I'm moving back to New Zealand, and it's going to take maybe a week or two to resettle everything, so I don't know when the next video is going to come, but I will be coming, rest assured. So at some point, I'll see you next time.